Welcome back to our stream. We are covering the game between Ariella Tello and Elsie Kamoni. This is the third Queen's Open Chess Championship. We are looking at board number 8, where black is Tello, white is Elsie. The two have played quite a number of times before. Let's see what the situation is like, how this progresses. Both of these juniors have played very well in recent times. At this juncture, Tello should play knight a5, attacking both the queen and the bishop, and knocks off that bishop to remove the pressure. That is the same move she played the move before, but she probably didn't see that threat. Okay, but is that not losing a piece? It is losing a piece. I don't know whether she saw it. Maybe she's seen it now. And she has hung a knight. Let's see her reaction. Yeah, she didn't see that at all. So she's operating like a fear, and that one is gone. The knight on d5 is also being attacked. So this position cannot be good, but she could have had a plan. I think knight f4 can complicate matters quite a bit if that was a plan, but still could look very good for white. White is a piece and a corner, and yeah, Tello loses checkmate coming up. That game is over. That game is over. It was not close. Yeah, well done, Elsie. There you can see Elsie congratulating Tello. Good game. although I know she'll be quite unhappy about that. That wasn't a good game for her. She did not look at the possibilities for the opponent, and the outcome has not been good. We played Kamoni, we played good champs, and there's a learning experience for Tello as we go back to look at a different one.
لازم كنا نقولها لها like some star. Look at the star. They come. We're going to find each other during the next struggle.
That is,
So
no, this is Hera.
this is a
We are streaming whatever you're saying, Tello. Please allow me to continue streaming. Yeah, thank you.
that's it.
Yes, it's perfect. So we are now looking, the live board is showing the game on board 7. The board 7 game is the game between Ariane Hera and Sonia Mboya. Sonia Mboya versus Ariane Hera. This is the full game we're looking at right now. I'm not sure why Hera has done that. Is that not just losing a pawn? Is that not just losing the e4 pawn? Makes no sense. None of them picked a pawn. That is unexpected. And that just the knight picks on b5. So that is definitely not a good move. And then picks the bishop on e3. Yeah, that is also not a good move. It's not because when the rook comes in, now the rook wants to go to the rook did come the she hasn't castled. So the rook coming to the rook coming to c8 is a threat. picking the c3 pawn. So in this position, white has to find a move that will not be the, I think, maybe just to regroup. The retreating moves, queen c3, queen c. Oh, interesting move actually. Well, she found the queen and the rook were in the same file. That actually wins material. Nice find by her. Nice find by her. And right now it's not possible for black to play rook to c8, because if you play rook to c8, then what happens is queen takes the rook and then takes the queen back. In this instance, it looks like black is about to lose some material. Black is about to lose some material. The material that's about to be lost is decidedly an exchange. The pawn situation. Takes the rook. You cannot take with the king. You must take with the queen. Losing another pawn. Because if you take with the king on f8, then queen to d6 check. And that wins the bishop on d5. So the pick has to be with the queen, leaving the d. That is the only move actually. But it may be better for white to think about consolidating, because there are serious threats possible in this position. I think it's best to cover the second rank by maybe, yeah, that's probably not a good move because of the move into c5 check. That move. And moving the king away is not a good idea. But she touched it, so she has to move it. So the thing the young players need to do is to think about what options there are before you play. Don't play the first move that comes to mind. Think through. That was a very important position to think about possibilities. And at this juncture, there are problems. They're not very difficult problems to solve for white. But you can see the white king is not the safest. The pawns are moved a little bit far ahead. And it's important to bring pieces to defend this. To bring pieces to your defense is not the easiest thing possible. Fortunately for white, black doesn't have easy moves either, because the queen is tied on c5 defending the bishop. And if the bishop moves to attack the queen, then you have a move like queen to d3, which protects the c2 pawn from being captured. And that is ideally the move that you want to play right now. Queen to d3 to ensure that these pawns do not fall. And white is consolidating fairly nicely. She finds it, queen to d3. Queen to d3 loses an exchange actually because of bishop to c4. but does it does not, because queen to c3, it does lose an exchange, bishop to c4, queen to c3, then b4. The queen to c3 between the bishops, so the bishop can take the rook, but then that does lose an exchange. The bishop and the queen in the same diagonal, that is quite something that you want to pay attention to. So we're going to look at does she find it? No, she doesn't find it. So she does not play queen to c4. That gives white another chance to get the rook up that diagonal. I think you may be tempted to play I'm not sure what move white is going to play right now. That's not the ideal move because of yes, it gets off the diagonal, but what it also does, it gets into the line of the queen, the line of the bishop, extra bishop. So at this juncture, the threat is very simple. They want to bring the bishop to this move to line up the queen and the bishop. And that can be stopped by bringing the rook on A to D8, which activates the A rook, bringing the pieces to the party. And after that move, it's pretty much game over. But Terra should quickly move the rook on D5. I'm not sure why she's having this pawn on C2. I think she wants to play F5, but that is complicating an easy position. You want to go into the attack after you finish your development. So simple moves like it's an interesting line actually, because right now if queen takes c2, f5 can follow, queen takes b2. I'm not sure how necessary it is to activate the rook, but you can actually take the bishop on c6, because now the rook cannot be taken. Queen takes a1 the rook, then pawn takes c7 means sorry, f7 is a check, and you win back your rook. But yeah, sacrificing that pawn was not necessary. This is my view. And you're giving a lot of counterplay to your opponent for no good reason. However, if there is a move, you can consider this function. F5, sorry, but F5. Yes, F5 is a move. And F5 will just be, I'm not sure. It's a rapid game, you don't want to take it easy. That's whoever it is who's shouting, just so they will not be just gonna beat someone who's almost showing careful. Yes. That is definitely not a good move. Because queen takes b2. What is the plan? Okay, I see what the plan is. Rook to attack the queen, activating the rook. So it's not a bad move actually. The problem is that, so what white is calculating is that queen takes b2, but in this situation, the queen left d3, it has come back to d3, and white has burnt a lot of time. So here, the queen will go back, take on d3, rook goes to b3. And this position is kind of dicey. I'm not sure what the plan is. These pawns can be extremely dangerous, and we don't pick. That is extremely surprising. That is not what we expected. But there's a trap. If you double your rooks on that file, then you will definitely on the f file, rook behind rook, then your bishop to c4 becomes a move once again. So it's a bit of an interesting scenario. Time is moving. Make quick plans. Make quick moves. In such a position, you look at your pieces. Which piece is not being much in the position, and you quickly improve that. That will not be wrong. Then you determine which side of the board you can play on, where there is no, where you have an advantage. In which case, for black, they have a slight advantage in the king side. White has a slight advantage in the king side and in the center because of the extra pawn in the center. But it's not, you also have to pay main attention to time, because if you take a very long time, then suddenly you are in for it. So we can do a round of all the boards, see what the boards look like. We start with the board one, see how the game went. D4, knight f6. This is Yvonne versus Julia Kadenge, and sort of a landing from Yvonne. And both players are developing their pieces. Again, in this situation, they are deferring their attacks. I don't like that move particularly because uh, the knight can and probably should take that bishop. They do, and the knight can come back. This knight looks very strong on e4, but the knight can come to d2, dislodging it immediately, following up with f3. And I don't like black's position because the position will definitely open up at some point, and they don't have a lot spared bishop. That's another way to do it. And yeah, the question is for the players to learn where they're supposed to play. So in this instance, what Yvonne is doing is they've made some moves on the king side, some moves in the center, and some moves on the queen side. But you must ask yourself which part of the board you have an advantage in. So here, the advantage that white has on the king side, and they should have continued either by making the move f3, e4, or queen. Play for e4. Bring your piece, the other rook into the center, what piece is not in the game, and then from there determine on the nature of operations. So it's not the easiest thing, and I would have preferred the knight coming down to d2, but those kinds of retreating moves are not the easiest things for someone to find or to do. So anyway, this is the position on board number one. The time situation is 11 versus 6, 11 for black. Let's look at Sasha Mongeli on board number two. Board number two, the game has really progressed. Probably we are moving towards home. Let's see what it is. E4, this is Scandinavian by Saka. These are two players who know each other very well. A lot of respect coming into play. Because it's a rapid, we will not have time to go through all the details. But so far, so good. I'm not looking to see. I think one of the moves I would probably not consider doing is picking with the knight here, because that leaves the pawn on d4 isolated. And that kind of isolation becomes very challenging. And reading this position, the pawn structure is pretty unpleasant. And I don't think this move, okay, actually c5 works because the pawn on the center is stuck. And but then that has exchanged off a very weak pawn. Yeah, sacrificing a material. And in this position, black is just a solid corner. But we're talking about opposite colored bishops. And that is not a very easy position. That is not a very easy position. And in this instance, again, even though it's an opposite colored bishop position, it's very difficult to find. Yeah, this is about to become a queen. And this game is over. This game is over. Checkmate. Yeah, checkmate has been played on the board. So Mongeli Sasha wins that one. And Felista Bridget Kagwira versus Felista Jamu. Let's see how this went. We have the Alekhine. I don't recommend playing that. That is not a good line. And now there is a pinned piece here. And the move should be to put more pressure on that pinned piece, which is a very straightforward kind of an idea.
What's happening?
That move looks like it was a good move, but it wasn't, because the knight is defending the queen. I think there's a missed tactic here. After taking the queen, what white should do is to take the pawn on to take this pawn here, because that rook is not going anywhere.
Good.
And if you take on f1, king takes back on f1.
What's happening in this game?
Pawn takes, bishop takes. Yeah, but they missed that opportunity to win additional material. And suddenly it's down to an exchange, a single exchange, which is not very bad. And the position is a bit tricky. The advantage that white has is that the opponent hasn't played ideally. So right now I'm expecting a move such as rook to d3 attacking the knight. The knight has to go to c4, and then this pawn falls. Sorry. Yeah, so, and actually in the position, it seems as if black has won. Maybe on time, I'm not sure. But it shows that black has won. I'm not sure the reason for that is. We look at the other board before we come back to our game we're looking at initially. We have again a king's gambit decline exchange variation. Yes, simple move, but it leaves an exclusive pawn on d4. This pawn here, pay attention. This kind of move is important to take note of because that can become complicated and people need to know how to attack it. The strategy is straightforward. Yeah, that has what a good game by Mourinho. Mourinho has played a fantastic game here. That has been a fantastic game by Mourinho, who should be really actually that is checkmate on the board. Look at this tactic. Very nice tactic by Mourinho here. Suddenly the pawn is pinned. So f3 is not defended. The queen cannot take. And it is going to lost this position. Checkmate on the board. Okay, the last digital board we're looking at, Elizabeth Biharo versus Angel Elfi. And in this position, what we have is again a fairly slow kingside match. It's not kingside match, but queenside opening. And we may not have time, ladies and gentlemen, to go through all the details. But now there's an open file which can be dominated by one player. Do not leave this open file. Stop the open file, Elizabeth. That is what you want to do. Take the open file and own it. Unfortunately, that is not what we have seen. And yeah, unfortunately, I'm not sure it's saying that white have won that position. And it seems as if our main game is also over. It's not over actually. It's ongoing. What is the time situation? 7 minutes versus 6 minutes. The bishop is pinned completely. Pinned 2 ways. So this is over. This will be a win for Ariane Hera. Ariane Hera is going to win this game because that bishop can't escape. And worse than that, she's already an exchange and a pawn up. And she's winning a bishop at the very least. We missed the order of moves. But there she is, looking a lot more confident and calm now. And the possible tricks that can happen out of this position is one thing. The one thing you want to pay attention to is that the queen is independent. So if the bishop would leave and say check, the bishop queen in d5 is undefended. So if the bishop is willing to leave and say check, then you could actually lose your queen. It's interesting that even despite that, it's questionable whether white would be completely losing if white were to give out a rook and a bishop in this position. Take the queen. Actually, that position would still be fairly equal. Don't be tempted to take by the rook. Rook takes bishop is a mistake because you take with the queen, correct? Because if you take with the rook, then the queen luckily goes to e3 check. You have to react to the check, and when you react to the check, then that is your chance to lose the game. The funny thing is that you could actually give out your queen to the rook at the stage, and it's arguable that black is still losing. There's two rooks above the queen. You have this interesting pawn in the a5. This pawn cannot be stopped. Yeah. It seems as if Botswana game something affected the string, so it hasn't moved. That game hasn't moved. It is what it was before. So we'll stick with very nice move. That's a simple threat. It's a simple checkmate threat. White is planning is rook to d8 check, rook takes, then rook to d8 check. That's a check right now. Don't be tempted. You have to move the king out of the way. You have 5 minutes, opponent has 4. There's no reason to spend a lot of time inside the position. This is where you save time. Take it care. Very good. Offering a queen trade, having a block. Plan your next move. Plan it quickly. Group to attack the queen. Group to attack the queen. You have to be mindful of your time. And you have to get a bit worried for White's clock management. It is not good. She has already lost. That is a free, oh no, it's not a free queen, okay, fine. Fair. I thought it was a free rook. I thought the rook king was away on. You do not have to find the perfect move. The perfect move is an illusion. What you need to find is a move that works. That is all you need, not a perfect move. Perfect moves are an illusion. It is not important to find the best move. It is not important to find the best move. What you need to do is find a good move, a move that works. That is what you're looking for. And you play quick moves, you play good moves. Yes, a very nice sneaking move. Very nice sneaking move. Attacking the rook on b8 and where you move your king out of the way. That's the kind of move you're expecting. Get it quickly. You do not need to take a long time. That should be clear quickly. Let go of the piece, press your clock. Yes. I must say, this is what it is like for parents and coaches. I know Hera's coach and parent must be wondering what is going through her mind right now as she allows the time to go down so much as it has. Rook the seventh rank should be automatic. Or you push a pawn up one step to save it. But you need to do it quickly. That is probably the best thing. But it would have been a good idea to save the pawn on a3 because it's an easy one to work with. Black should take the pawn on a3 because we're going to a point of time pressures. And the way they're playing, this can go anyway. That looks like a very bad move because it allows queen to play the move quickly, has the queen play. But what should be done is they should really attack. It's 2 minutes, Adam. You should play. Yeah, that's a good one. Programming checkmate in one, but you should have your moves lined out. It's just simple. Then for a minute, 50 seconds. Yeah, queen to e7 should be pretty easy. So double check forces the exchange of the queens. But you don't have time. That is a big move. However, it allows check on c1. It does allow a potential like on Swiss peanuts. That's what you have to check on in. That's it. There's no check on anything. So queen to c1 check, queen to h3. Rook takes the queen check has been played. There's only one move you played quick. This your problem. Look for other checks in the diagonal. Right now the checks don't seem possible. But you have to be very, very careful because of the risk of perpetual. And this is over. So comes a queen. Yeah, and that's checkmate in 2 moves, which is what was good job. And good job. Let's see if there are any other games going on in the hall, but it's unlikely because those two would have taken all the time. There was. Yeah, so we are watching the Queen's Chess Tournament, the third Queen's Chess Tournament. This is the third edition. The team is doing a fairly good job. We are doing our best as well to try and stream it live to you guys from Nairobi, Kenya, Clareno Town. This event is sponsored, I believe, to some degree by one of the commissions of chess. We'll have Madame Judy Kirigo here to tell us what's going on and how this event is sponsored. So, well, Chess Kenya as well. This is the International Women's Day, 8th March 2020.